Hi and welcome to the Malat cookery channel. So today I'm going to show you how to make the most amazing all-day breakfast Lorne sausage. So a big shout out to Charlie M. I don't think he'd forgive me if I didn't mention him in this video today. So a little bit of background with regard to this all-day breakfast Lorne sausage and how I came about it. So when our children were a lot younger, they were typical children, always wanting the really rubbish food that we eat as adults, but none of the good stuff. So a full cooked English breakfast, they absolutely loved it, but fresh fruit and vegetables, forget about it. So what I used to do on very rare occasions when we had a full cooked English breakfast, mainly on the occasional Sunday, is I would make them a sandwich, so thin slices of sausage, some bacon, a little bit of egg, but every single time they picked those sandwiches up, everything would just fall out to the bottom. So I came up with an idea to give them the taste of a full cooked English breakfast, but pack everything together so it wouldn't fall out of a sandwich, and that's where this all day breakfast Lorne sausage came from. Now as we moved on, as it got older, obviously we stopped doing that for breakfast, but on occasion they would ask for it for dinner. So that's where the all day bit came in from. So this Lorne sausage developed from just having it for breakfast to basically having it any time during the day. So I'm going to show you how to make that now. A full list of ingredients will be given at the end of the video, so let's have a look at those ingredients and anything else we're going to need for today. So the ingredients for our all day breakfast Lorne sausage, and just so you know, if you don't already know, Lorne sausage is basically just a slice of square sausage meat, mainly served in Scotland. So I've only really ever had Lorne sausage in Scotland, so that's where the name comes from. So for our all day breakfast Lorne sausage, I've got 2 packs of smoked streaky bacon. They're 300 gram packs each. 500 grams of minced pork or ground pork. A seasoning mix, a classic seasoning mix for our ground pork or minced pork. So in this dish I've got teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of sage, dried sage, half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of black pepper, 2 medium free range eggs which have been beaten, about 50 grams of mature cheddar cheese which has been grated. Other things for our all day breakfast Lorne sausage, and you can basically just put whatever you like in there, just be a bit imaginative, have a bit of fun with it. So I've done 2 hash browns, so I've fried 2 hash browns and then cut them in half, so nice and thin. Some grilled sliced fresh tomato and some grilled sliced mushrooms. So the first thing I want to do is to make an omelette. So I've got some olive oil, about 3 tablespoons of olive oil in a frying pan over a medium heat. So I just want to cook this through, so it's nearly done. I'm going to add our cheddar cheese, our mature cheddar cheese, into the centre. We just want to fold in our omelette. I'm just going to reserve that onto a plate until we need it. So the next thing I want to do is to blitz the ground pork in a food processor to turn it into our sausage meat. So our ground pork goes in, and our seasoning mix. Now I'm just going to blitz this for a couple of minutes. So to build our all-day breakfast Lorne sausage, I've got a 2-pound loaf tin which I've greased with butter. We then take our streaky bacon and just lay the streaky bacon in the bottom and up the sides with enough overhang so that once we wrap it all over, it seals the Lorne sausage in nicely. And we just want to go around and just overlap that streaky bacon just slightly until we've completed, obviously, the full circle. So once we've gone all the way around the loaf tin with the smoked bacon, the next thing to do is to take some of our pork sausage mixture and just create a thin layer along the bottom. So once you've completed a thin layer on the bottom of the loaf tin, you then want to go up the sides, and again just a thin layer. So the best way I found to do it is just to place some of the sausage meat into your hand and push it out to a very sort of thin patty. Place it onto the side and just work it in. Again, it's the same technique for doing the base. Really don't need a lot because this sausage meat will expand once it's cooking. So once you've completed the sides with the sausage meat, you should still have some left, and that will form a lid over the top. So I'm just going to wash my hands and then I'll show you the next step. So we now just want to layer up the inside, and you can do this however you like. I'm just putting mushrooms on the bottom. So on top of our mushroom layer, I'm going to place our grilled tomatoes. And on top of that, our cheddar cheese omelette. Followed by our sliced hash browns. And on top of all of this now goes the rest of our sausage meat in that thin layer. Same technique as the base and the sides. Just create these thin patties, and then you can fill in the gaps once the majority of it's been covered. So once that's been covered with the sausage meat, the next thing to do is just to fold in our bacon to seal everything in place. And again, just make sure that the bacon overlaps. Okay, so once all that's sealed in, just give it a gentle push down. Right, I'm going to wash my hands again and then I'll show you the final bit. So once everything's done, I've now placed the oven on 180 degrees centigrade, so we're going to wait for that to get up to temperature before this goes in the oven. I'm also going to put the loaf tin in another tray so that if this does expand and any juices come out, it's not going to spoil the oven. And this is going to cook in the centre of that preheated oven for initially 30 minutes uncovered. Okay, so this is what we've got after 30 minutes. So now I want to turn this out onto this dish so that the bacon on the sides and the top can crisp up. However, the bacon does release a lot of water, so I need to get rid of that first, obviously, before I turn it out onto the dish. So we're going to put this back in the oven now for around 40 to 45 minutes until the outside goes nice and crisp. So there you go, all day breakfast Lorne sausage. Got to be one of the most popular meals that we have in the household. Please subscribe to the channel, and as usual, if you've enjoyed this particular video, hit the like button, and thank you very much for watching.